everyone. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone had a good break. My name is Florian Thiebaud. I'm a managing partner at Artefact. I'm in charge of leading our data and AI for marketing offering. I'm French, as you can notice by my accent, so I hope you can understand me well. But I live in New York now. I moved to New York at the beginning of the year to accelerate our US office. So Artefact, super quickly, who we are. We are a consulting company and professional service company specialized in data and AI. So everything that we do is focused on data and on AI, and helping our client to accelerate the adoption of data and AI in order to impact positively their business and their organization. We are around 2,000 people. 1,000 of these people are consultants, people that are bilingual, business and tech, that can take the expectation from our clients and translate them in tech. And 1,000 people are actually tech specialists, whether it's data engineers, data scientists, data analysts that are actually implementing the product, implementing the algorithm for our client. And we are tech agnostic, so we work with all the technology of the market, of course, a lot with treasure data. We'll speak about it today. But we work with all the data warehouse, all the data platform, etc. Super quickly on the CDP space, we've been doing a lot of CDP projects over the last 8-9 years, more than 100 projects into that space, with a lot of different technology, a lot with treasure data, and a lot with integration with all the MarTech, AdTech space, but as well all the data warehouse, whether it's Databricks, Snowflake, Microsoft Azure, AWS, GCP. We've been working with all these technologies. I think over the past 8 years, we've been working a lot with this client, not only to implement these technologies, but to make sure that our client use it well, use well the CDP, use well all the data available into marketing to transform their marketing organization, to address better their customer, from implementing the right tool and architecture, the right customer data ecosystem, to really building 360 customer view. With 100% of the data that you have available on your consumer, whether it's your first-party data, second-party or third-party data. Helping our client a lot as well since almost 10 years, to build machine learning algorithms, create smart decisioning, next best action, smart audiences, propensity scoring, etc. And help them on the orchestration, activate all these customers with personalization on all the channels, whether it's paid media, CRM, on-site, web, app, etc., and implement the right measurement system, which are super important, from setting up the right KPIs to implementing MMMs, attribution, and incrementality experiments in order to understand what works and what doesn't work. And of course, last but not least, working a lot on the operating model. I think this has been, over the last 8 years, a transformation, using new tools and new ways of working in marketing teams, and a transformation. And this transformation is still happening, and is happening even faster now, I think, with AI, and that's what I'm going to talk today, and how Agentic is going to transform this organization. What we've also been doing, it's helping our client to build, I would say, custom algorithm or implement custom AI systems in order to push the right product, to define the right marketing strategy, to define the right audiences, but as well automate, more and more some of the setup of the campaign, because we can know, I think most of you knows it. It can be super painful to activate an omni-channel campaign with a lot of people involved all around, whether it's internal people, agencies, CRM team, paid media team, analytics and data team to set up all the systems. So we can win some time and automate this. Now, we are at the era of Agentic and Gen AI, so we've been working on this, since 3-4 years already with some of our clients. I think maybe just speaking about Agentic, something that I hear, from our clients is, why is there hype? Sometimes I hear, and sometimes it's, some of you might be thinking that, we've implemented some agents, we've given Copilot, ChatGPT to all our employees, but we don't see the impact. We don't see the impact on the top line. We don't see the impact on the bottom line. So what's going on? Why it doesn't work? And I think that's something I hear a lot. Before I answer to that question, let's redefine a bit what is an agent. I think an agent, it's a system that can automate, can act and think. You're all familiar with RPA, everything related to automation. Since 30, 40 years, we've been working a lot on automating many manual tasks. Everyone, I think, is also familiar with ChatGPT and all the LLMs that are new type of algorithm that are capable of reasoning and thinking. An agent is a combination of both of them. It's a system that can think and act. So it can actually, reason and create, tasks that are difficult to handle, where you need some thinking, and automate them. Then I think all the agents are not equal. You have the way we like to define a bit the different type of agents at Artefact are like task agents, which are, let's say, simple agents that automate one task, which can be a complex task, which was before handled by humans, handled by employees, but that is going to help to augment, the productivity of the employees and the company to save them some time and to make sure that we can automate this task. And then you have workflow agent. And workflow agent is really, a kind of orchestration of different task agents all together that can help you to automate whether a full process or part of a process by keeping some human in the loops. And that's here where the real value leans into as well. And most of the clients my clients that tells me that they don't see the benefits of AI agent is because they focus only on task agent for now, and they don't focus on the transformation and rewriting their company process, with more complex agents that are automating full process or part of a process. And that's where, you have a lot of value. Then let me take an example. In marketing, this is a super, I would say, simplified, of course, marketing process, where I think you can define a goal of a campaign, collect all the insights, you're going to draft a brief, work with your internal team, your agencies who draft all the content, the audiences of activation, etc. Review a bit, the setup of the campaign, then set up the campaign, launch the campaign, making sure you can monitor it and optimize it, and then you have a report, post-mortem analysis of that campaign. This is usually a super painful process because you have a lot of data, a lot of teams involved, a lot of different channels. I've put here 6-7 weeks, but I've seen some clients, it takes up to 16 weeks sometime from end to end from the goal of the campaign to launch a campaign. Now, with Agentic, what you can do tomorrow is to include agents into this process to shorten a lot the process. So, for example, you could tomorrow, define the goal inside your agentic system. That's gonna automatically collect insight, automatically, draft a brief and draft content for your campaign. You can keep human in the loop, of course, for confirmation, for adaptation, to rewrite, come back to the insight if you want to understand why, we draft the brief in that way, etc. But it can be automated. And then once you validate all the content that you can show, the agent can also set up the campaign automatically, whether it's CRM, whether it's paid media, whether it's on-site personalization. It can automate completely the setup of the campaign without needing any human intervention. Of course, you can double-check. You can keep a human in the loop to double-check the process, how it works, etc., and then launch a campaign. And in that way, by using agenting in that way, and this is just an example among probably hundreds of processes that you can automate within the company, you can shrink a lot the time to value of your process and make sure that it takes less time, probably 2 to 3 weeks to launch a campaign instead of 6 weeks, and also less human effort to make it happen, so to save a lot of money. So what we've been doing, with our clients, it's a lot about going into the company process, checking the process and rewriting them at the era of agentic to make sure it can drive value. And what we see, task agents are going to increase a bit productivity for each of the employees. So it's going to get you maybe 10, 15, 20% of benefits of efficiency. And then where the real value lies at scale within your company is rewriting this process between the different teams. Because this agentic workflow are going to interact with different teams together, whether it's a brand, CMI, product management, media, CRM, digital marketing team, operation, communication team, and automate part of this process to have 50, 60% efficiencies. So that's a bit what we see. We've been using either AI agent from treasure data, as well building custom agents, using Gemini, ChatGPT, etc., to automate a lot of tasks. And these are examples, for some clients, all the agents that we've built, to automate a D2C, process. So from, building synthetic personas, to having a MMM AI agent, an agent that can automatically pull MMM and drive insight from it, a knowledge agent, some agent to automate the creation of CRM campaign, but as well some agents that have external use, that can speak directly to your consumers, whether on the website to help them to assist to the sale, or whether it's on digital media, on SEO, etc., etc. So I think that's going to be it because I'm out of time, but I encourage you to come to our booth as well. We are just there, and we can show you some of these agents. Thank you.